After being overwhelmed by Wang Lin, Eufay was overwhelmed with terror after witnessing Xu Emu's unbelievable strength. Although Wang Lin's cultivation was only at the early stage of Nirvana Scryer, his fused body was so powerful that it could directly withstand treasures refined by Eufay's avatars. The roar Wang Lin had unleashed had instantly shattered Eufay's 4 avatars, leaving him completely shaken. Losing all courage to continue fighting, Eufay coughed up blood, activated blood escape by sacrificing his vitality, and fled at full speed. As he escaped, the stone beneath him collapsed, releasing an overwhelming surge of killing intent meant to block pursuit. But Wang Lin calmly dispersed it with a single spell before stepping forward to continue the chase. Eufay fled tens of thousands of kilometers away before Wang Lin suddenly appeared before him through a spatial ripple and threw a punch. The punch shattered the surrounding space, disrupted the world's origin energy, and forced Eufay out of his blood escape. Desperate, Eufay released his life treasure, transforming it into a 100-foot blood sword imbued with immense evil aura. He simultaneously formed a 1,000-foot blood python, then unleashed all of his remaining magic treasures after empowering them with his essence blood. Ordering them to kill Wang Lin while he retreated. Facing the attacks, Wang Lin remained expressionless. Spiritual energy surged from his body as he transformed into a giant hundreds of feet tall, radiating an ancient and powerful aura. He did not evade Eufay's life sword but allowed it to strike his body. Instead of harming him, the sword shattered on impact. After fusing with his original body, Wang Lin's physical strength had become powerful enough to completely withstand the treasures of a mid-stage Nirvana Scryer cultivator. The immense origin energy surrounding him knocked away every incoming treasure. When the blood python attempted to devour him, Wang Lin grabbed its head and crushed it, only to discover it possessed a soul. He immediately summoned the underworld river and cast the python into it before waving his hand and destroying all of Eufay's remaining treasures. With his life treasure destroyed, Eufay suffered a severe backlash and coughed up blood. Realizing he had no other option, he tore off his own left arm, recited a secret spell, and transformed the arm into a vortex gate. Before entering it, Eufay glared at Wang Lin with boundless hatred and declared that Xu Mu had only encountered one member of the Soul Killer duo, warning that the other Soul Killer would eventually kill him despite his powerful body. Wang Lin's eyes filled with killing intent. True to his nature of eliminating anyone who sought his life, he refused to allow Eufay to escape. As the vortex rapidly shrank, Wang Lin summoned the ancient god furnace. Unlike before, after fusing with his original body, he could control the furnace directly without relying on Greed's seal. Activating its position shift ability, he forcibly pulled the shrinking vortex toward himself while simultaneously moving forward. At the instant their positions crossed, Wang Lin condensed Heavenly Chop, Heavenly Thunder, Yin and Yang forces, his ancient god body, and his destructive spell into 2 fingers, then thrust them through the shrinking vortex. The other end of the vortex opened inside the slaughter domain of the Alliance star system, one of the territories belonging to the 2 sects, 4 temples, and 8 domains. Eufay emerged from the portal with a pale face, believing he had safely returned to his own territory. As the vortex behind him rapidly closed, an immensely powerful aura erupted from one of the towering sword-like buildings, accompanied by an urgent shout ordering Eufay to leave immediately. A red light rushed from the tower to save him, but it was already too late. Wang Lin's 2 fingers suddenly pierced through the shrinking vortex and struck Eufay in the back with overwhelming killing intent. Eufay instantly recognized Xu Emu's attack but could not resist. His body exploded under the immense force, blood mist bursting from every pore. His origin soul was completely destroyed along with his physical body, leaving no chance for reincarnation or escape. Even his storage bag shattered, scattering its contents. Among them was a mysterious tree branch that attempted to fly away but was seized by Wang Lin's 2 fingers before they withdrew through the disappearing vortex. Eufay's death within the slaughter domain caused a massive uproar. The red-haired elder who had attempted to save him emerged in fury, even extending a dried-up right arm through the disappearing vortex in an attempt to pursue Wang Lin. Although he managed to seize half of the tree branch, Wang Lin escaped with the remaining half. The red-haired elder roared Xu Emu's name in anger. Throughout countless years, no one from the slaughter domain had ever been killed within their own territory while all of them stood helpless. To them, This humiliation was equivalent to an enemy slaughtering their way into the heart of their headquarters. Cultivators emerged from every tower, silently staring at the place where Eufay had died. Their silence concealed unimaginable killing intent until the red-haired elder finally issued a single cold order: hunt Xu Mu. After withdrawing his fingers, Wang Lin returned to his normal size. He firmly believed that anyone who intended to kill him had to be eliminated completely, because sparing an enemy would never prevent future retaliation. Examining the tree branch he had risked everything to obtain while killing Eufay, Wang Lin concluded that it would allow him to move safely throughout the western region of the alliance. He then returned to Lei Ji's back, where the big-headed boy relaxed upon seeing him alive, and Ta Shan continued recovering from injuries sustained while fighting Eufei's avatars. Wang Lin calmly ordered Lei Ji to locate a hidden, uninhabited planet so that he could enter secluded cultivation, and Lei Ji immediately flew away into the distance carrying the group. As Lei Ji's enormous body released a powerful pressure while flying through the western region of the All-Heaven star system, they encountered a group of All-Heaven cultivators led by an Earth Celestial. Seeing Lei Ji, the group immediately became vigilant and prepared for battle. However, after noticing Wang Lin and the big-headed boy riding on Lei Ji's back, the leader immediately stepped back respectfully and greeted Wang Lin as the Thunder Celestial. Xu Mu's reputation was already renowned throughout All-Heaven. The Earth Celestial had personally witnessed Wang Lin's heroic deeds and sincerely admired him. Wang Lin merely nodded without speaking as Lei Ji continued flying at great speed. After they departed, the cultivator looked at Lei Ji with envy and remarked that only the Thunder Celestial was worthy of possessing such a mount. The surrounding cultivators also admired and envied Wang Lin. As Lei Ji continued onward, they encountered many more All-Heaven cultivators. The western region had clearly been completely occupied by All-Heaven. Every cultivator showed Wang Lin respect, while Lei Ji's appearance filled them with shock and admiration. Since Xu Mu had reappeared, news of his return spread rapidly throughout All-Heaven. Along with countless rumors, most claimed that Xu Mu had been afraid to fight or had betrayed All-Heaven to join the alliance. Xu Ting secretly encouraged these rumors, while the older generation of All-Heaven cultivators made no effort to stop them. Since Wang Lin had indeed disappeared before the war, the rumors became increasingly exaggerated, with many even believing that Xu Mu was an alliance spy. As Lei Ji traveled through All-Heaven territory, many cultivators respectfully watched Wang Lin, while others looked at him mockingly, waiting to see how events would unfold. A day later, Lei Ji stopped outside an abandoned planet. The planet contained very little spiritual energy, so although it was under All-Heaven's control, only a few cultivators were stationed there. After carefully examining the planet, Wang Lin determined that its remote location made it suitable for secluded cultivation. Wang Lin stepped down from Lei Ji's back and headed toward the planet. The big-headed boy and Ta Shan immediately followed, while Lei Ji shrank into a 30-foot-tall humanoid form and followed behind them. As they approached, beastly roars echoed across the planet. Although abandoned, it was still inhabited by countless fierce beasts that relied solely on instinct to survive, including giant snakes dozens of feet long and winged tigers. When Wang Lin landed, the stationed cultivators awoke from cultivation and cautiously flew over on sword lights. Wang Lin selected a peculiar mountain that resembled a giant finger pointing toward the sky. Without waiting for instructions, Ta Shan immediately punched into the mountain and created a cave dwelling. The 5 or 6 stationed cultivators stopped 1,000 feet away and respectfully greeted the Thunder Celestial. Wang Lin calmly informed them that he intended to cultivate a celestial spell there and instructed them not to disturb him. They immediately agreed, saluted, and withdrew. After they left, Wang Lin formed hand seals and released countless annihilation restrictions, placing them throughout the mountain until the entire area was covered with restriction formations. Once the restrictions were complete, Ta Shan and the big-headed boy sat at a distance to guard him. Lei Ji also sat down nearby, quietly contemplating the mysterious transformation that had occurred within his bloodline ability. Wang Lin closed his eyes as the surroundings became completely quiet except for the occasional distant beast roar. The fierce beasts instinctively sensed the danger created by the restrictions and all retreated from the area. With his mind calm, Wang Lin focused on the 2 celestial spells inherited from the Celestial Emperor, Summon the Rain and Magic Arsenal. He began comprehending Summon the Rain. Previously, When using Call the Wind, he had accidentally condensed a single drop of rain but had never been able to repeat it. After receiving Qing Shui's inheritance, he finally understood that Call the Wind and Summon the Rain were deeply connected. The two spells could transform into each other and also be combined. Opening his arms, Wang Lin silently immersed himself in comprehending Summon the Rain. The spell gathered the world's origin energy and condensed it into raindrops, each containing dense origin energy. It had already become a manifestation of law. As his comprehension deepened, vast dark clouds gathered above him, creating a magnificent spectacle. While Wang Lin remained completely immersed in his enlightenment, the rain suddenly seemed to stop as two figures stepped out from the void. Before any raindrop could touch them, each drop instantly dissipated into mist, leaving neither of them touched by the rain. One of them, the elder responsible for punishments whom Wang Lin recognized from before, shouted, "Xu Mu, do you recognize your crime?" Standing beside him was Master Flamespark, whose expression was cold and gloomy. The surrounding rain transformed into dense clouds resembling burning flames, creating an overwhelming pressure as though he could collapse the world with a single thought. Wang Lin remained calm and asked what crime he had committed. The punishment elder demanded to know where Wang Lin had been during the war against the Alliance, accusing him of disappearing before the war despite being the Thunder Celestial of the All-Heaven star system, which he declared to be a serious offense. Master Flamespark remained silent, but his expression grew even colder. During the previous days, he had spread his divine sense throughout All-Heaven territory searching for Wang Lin but had failed to find him. He had not dared to search farther into dangerous regions. Wang Lin calmly replied that he had gone to kill Eufay, the Slaughter Domain's killer of the Alliance. Both the Punishment Elder and Master Flamespark were immediately startled by his answer. Wang Lin claimed that he had killed Xu Fei of the Slaughter Domain and was mocked by the old man, who accused him of inventing both the name and the Slaughter Domain. Wang Lin remained calm and ignored the old man, while Master Flamespark asked whether he had proof. Wang Lin took out the half-branch of the World Thunder Tree and handed it over. Master Flamespark examined it and recognized it as a treasure of the Slaughter Domain. He sensed two forces within it, Wang Lin's aura and the powerful evil sword energy of a vice-deputy-level cultivator from the Slaughter Domain. Convinced by the evidence, Master Flamespark praised Wang Lin, returned the branch, and allowed him to cultivate in peace on the planet. He informed Wang Lin that reinforcements would arrive in 1 month, after which he would accompany the army to invade the northern region. Wang Lin respectfully acknowledged the order. Master Flamespark then departed with the old man, but before leaving he cast a meaningful glance at the big-headed boy. Wang Lin finally relaxed, revealing that he had deliberately exposed the World Thunder Tree branch in the previous battle to gain the trust of the All-Heaven side. After leaving, the old man argued that Xu Mu was lying and pointed out that the Heaven Celestial big-headed boy appeared to be under Wang Lin's control. Master Flamespark silenced him with a cold look and later reflected that Xu Mu was far from simple. He had seen 4 different powers mixed between Wang Lin's eyebrows, but could only discern the weakest one, which was the vermilion bird mark. Recognizing the mark, Master Flamespark remembered the man who had once helped him and decided not to pursue the matter further. He also realized that Xu Mu had only become strange after briefly disappearing in the Alliance star system. News of Xu Mu's return quickly spread throughout the All-Heaven star system, causing a sensation among the cultivators. Xu Ting was especially frustrated. After receiving the news, he led a group of cultivators away to vent his anger on another cultivation planet. On the abandoned planet where Wang Lin stayed, a long rainy season began. Heavy rain covered the area, washing away the dust and filling the surroundings with mist and flowing water. Fierce beasts hid from the storm while only water beasts continued to move through the rain. The mountain where Wang Lin and the others resided was not protected from the downpour. The big-headed boy watched the rain in silence and remembered his childhood. He recalled the rainy night when his family expelled him, pushing him into the mud. Because of his ugly appearance, he had always forced himself to smile so that others would not be disgusted by him, even when his mother beat him and his siblings bullied him. On that night, however, his smile disappeared and he wandered alone through the rain, feeling abandoned and powerless. Looking at Wang Lin, Taishan, and Lei Ji now, he unexpectedly felt a trace of warmth. He could not forget that when he had been driven to despair and was about to self-destruct, Wang Lin had pulled him back from the brink of death. Lei Ji also gazed at the rain and reflected on his past. After being forced to flee planet Giant Demon, he wandered the stars with his clansmen, filled with hatred yet unable to resist his enemies. Eventually they arrived on planet Suzaku, where Yi Wuyu welcomed the Giant Demon clan warmly and granted them land far from the Forsaken Immortal clan. Lei Ji had sought to repay this kindness by fighting the Forsaken Immortal clan personally. Remembering those events, he realized that although he appeared crude, he had always been extremely cunning. His long imprisonment by the corpse sect had merely clouded his mind. Because of this cunning nature, he had immediately agreed to become Wang Lin's mount. After observing Wang Lin, he believed that following him might eventually allow him to return to planet Giant Demon and take revenge. The roar Wang Lin had released in the previous battle had shaken Lei Ji's soul and awakened the ancestral will within his bloodline, causing all of his schemes to collapse and strengthening his determination to follow Wang Lin. He resolved that his future would depend on awakening the true power of the Giant Demon bloodline. Meanwhile, Wang Lin sat in the rain and cultivated. His divine sense spread outward from the mountain and split into countless fragments, attempting to merge with the falling raindrops. Each time it merged with a drop, the drop dissolved into the earth and his divine sense dispersed with it. This process repeated endlessly. As he immersed himself in the rain, he suddenly recalled an old insight. Rain is born from the sky and dies upon the earth. And this journey itself is life. By observing rain rather than the sky or the earth, he had been observing the life of rain, which was the cycle of life and death. Wang Lin's body trembled as he opened his eyes and stared at the storm. He realized that he had already comprehended life and death. What remained was to understand the very source of rain. Wang Lin contemplated the rain while recalling Qing Shui's inheritance. A realization gradually dawned on him, regardless of whether the rain was dead or alive. It always originated from the clouds. Instead of merging his divine sense with the rain, he extended it into the clouds and discovered a vast amount of unstable world origin energy. Whenever this origin energy collided, raindrops were born and fell to the earth. He entered the clouds despite the thunder within them and continued his comprehension. Afterward, he traveled to the opposite side of the planet, where he observed invisible water vapor rising from the earth and gradually forming thin clouds. Realizing the relationship between water vapor, clouds, and rain, Wang Lin manipulated the surrounding origin energy, condensed the water vapor, and created dark clouds in his hands. By sweeping his divine sense through the clouds, thunder formed inside them, causing heavy rain to fall. Wang Lin realized that Nirvana Scryer cultivators derived their true strength from comprehending laws. Many cultivators had only passively grasped fragments of laws, preventing them from reaching their full potential. Wang Lin had now touched the threshold of law itself. With a wave of his hand, the clouds he created disappeared. Returning to the mountaintop, Wang Lin stood beneath the rain. Before the raindrops could reach him, they transformed into water vapor and formed a thin layer of clouds around his body. Although similar to the phenomenon surrounding Master Flamespark, Wang Lin's clouds were not created through an origin energy spell but through the power of law itself, subtly altering the surrounding space so rain naturally became clouds. This cloud was itself an immensely powerful spell. Wang Lin sighed in admiration for Celestial Emperor Bai Fan. Realizing that Qing Shui's inheritance of the celestial spell Summon the Rain had allowed him to touch the laws, something only an extremely rare celestial spell could accomplish. Reflecting further, Wang Lin understood that clouds required both water vapor and wind to form. He became even more grateful to Qing Shui, whose inheritance had granted him knowledge of laws. He also remembered Situ Nan driving away the rain with a single shout long ago, causing all rain to revert into clouds before the clouds vanished entirely. At the time Wang Lin had been too weak to understand, but now he realized Situ Nan had already mastered laws. He then recalled the heaven-defying bead, which had always contained a cloud. After 1,000 years, Wang Lin finally understood that this cloud represented the bead's water law and absorbed water vapor from the world. Although he had now comprehended this aspect, he admitted he had only grasped its surface and had not fully mastered it. Wang Lin lightly waved his hand and uttered, "Scatter." The clouds throughout the planet trembled and were driven away as though an immense wind had swept across the sky. All the clouds collapsed, revealing a clear blue sky. Sunlight bathed the land. The scent of damp earth filled the air. Water dripped from plants. A rainbow appeared on the horizon. Beasts quietly gazed upward, and birds resumed flying after the long rainy season. Forming a seal with his right hand, Wang Lin summoned black wind that transformed into 2 black dragons. Their cold aura merged with mist to create clouds, while surrounding world origin energy poured into them. With a single command, rain could once again fall across the world, demonstrating that he had successfully mastered summon the rain. He then dismissed both the clouds and dragons. Witnessing this, the big-headed boy was deeply shocked and his respect for Wang Lin increased. Lei Ji also awakened from his cultivation, recognizing this as the power of law that only extremely powerful cultivators possessed. Strengthening his resolve to continue following Wang Lin, Ta Shan, however, remained unmoved and continued cultivating. Satisfied with mastering Summon the Rain, Wang Lin sat down and prepared to comprehend the celestial spell that interested him even more, Magic Arsenal. Meanwhile, numerous illusory figures rapidly traveled through the Alliance star system from the border between the western and northern regions. They moved with incredible speed, creating ripples through space as they advanced. After entering the western region, they encountered a group of all-heaven cultivators led by the 6-fingered cultivator, who was cautiously advancing north with over 100 cultivators while constantly scanning the surroundings with his divine sense. The moment the illusory figures spotted the group, they changed direction and attacked. The 6-fingered cultivator sensed extreme danger through his 6th finger, immediately stopped, and crushed a message rune to send a warning before charging forward. Half of the illusory figures surrounded him while the rest attacked the cultivators behind him. Miserable screams echoed as spells exploded. During the battle, numerous black shadows entered the 6-fingered cultivator's body. After escaping several dozen feet, he stopped. His eyes became strange for a moment, then returned to normal. Looking at his body, he smiled oddly and declared that the body was acceptable. Behind him, the other all-heaven cultivators also emerged wearing the same strange smiles, revealing that they had all been possessed. The possessed 6-fingered cultivator declared that the mysterious temple's plan to annihilate all heaven would soon begin. After the coming of evil, their mission would not only target Shu Mu but also exterminate the remaining all-heaven cultivators. He revealed that 2 of the 4 saints, the Black Fiend Devil Saint and the Heavenly Tao Origin Saint, had personally come. And this time the all-heaven cultivators would learn that entering the Alliance star system was far easier than leaving it alive. Wang Lin comprehended Qing Shui's inheritance and learned that among Celestial Emperor Bai Fan's 3 famous celestial spells, Call the Wind, Summon the Rain, and Magic Arsenal was the strongest. Qing Shui had relied on this spell to become famous throughout the celestial realm. Wang Lin carefully studied the inheritance, activated the celestial origin energy within his body, and concealed his origin energy so that only dense celestial origin energy flowed through him, making him appear like a true celestial. The big-headed boy silently observed this, puzzled that Wang Lin possessed both domain power and celestial origin energy despite never entering the celestial pool. Following the inheritance, Wang Lin formed the unique hand seals of Magic Arsenal. The spell required opening a reincarnation cycle, extracting the soul fragments of those one had killed, and fusing them within a personally created realm. The strength of the spell depended on the user. Bai Fan's Magic Arsenal was overwhelming enough to cover the sky, while Qing Shui's version embodied endless slaughter that made enemies surrender before fighting. As Wang Lin's celestial origin energy flowed into the seals, a massive vortex gradually formed before him, expanding into a giant tornado dozens of feet tall. Although Wang Lin had greatly increased his celestial origin energy after absorbing the energy from the 17th layer of the immortal graveyard, maintaining the vortex rapidly consumed his reserves. He estimated he could sustain it for only 3 days. The vortex functioned as a self-created reincarnation cycle based on his memories, allowing him to immerse himself in his past and extract the soul fragments of everyone he had personally killed. These soul fragments retained part of their cultivation and could later be used by Magic Arsenal. Wang Lin's ancient Thunder Dragon origin soul entered the vortex, which then shrank and became imprinted between his eyebrows. His origin soul traveled through a tunnel of time before arriving at scenes from his own life. He witnessed his earliest experiences at the Hang Yu sect, including the first death connected to his cultivation path, and saw that soul fragment enter his origin soul. He was then pulled through every important battle and killing in his life, the deaths of Ji Mo's disciple's companion, Teng Li, events in Zhao, the Corpse sect, Ju Ming Valley, the foreign battlefield, Huo Fen, the Sea of Devils, the slaughter of the Tang family, battles in Shui Yu, the Rain Celestial Realm, the deaths of the Shui Yu ancestor and giant demon clan ancestor, the war involving the Forsaken Immortal clan and planet Suzaku, the Suzaku tomb, Tian Yun sect, Demon Spirit Land, All Heaven star system, Thunder Celestial Realm, Blood Ancestor, the Nether Beast, the Celestials inside the Immortal Graveyard, the massacre of the Yao family, and finally the Celestial title competition where he obtained first place in One Line to Heaven. His entire life of slaughter replayed before him as though he were reliving it. When the memories ended, Wang Lin awakened, drenched in sweat. The vortex dissolved back into celestial origin energy, but nearly 60% of his celestial origin core had been consumed. After reliving his entire life, he felt lingering regret and even questioned whether he had truly awakened. He deeply admired the power of Baifan's celestial spell, realizing it had been created by combining the essence of many different spells and that mastering it required personally experiencing this process. Having completed the first stage, Wang Lin began constructing the second part of Magic Arsenal. He summoned the Underworld River and bent it into a circular reincarnation cycle. He then released the Celestial Sealing Stamp, allowing it to fuse with the Underworld River. Hundreds of thousands of golden sealing runes merged into it, transforming the stamp completely. It turned pitch black and released overwhelming pressure while countless resentful spirits roared within. The transformed stamp developed 18 distinct layers, each radiating increasingly powerful resentment toward the deeper levels. This became Wang Lin's personal realm for Magic Arsenal, the 18 layers of Hell Reincarnation Realm. Using the Celestial Sealing Stamp as the foundation, the Golden Seals as restraints, the Underworld River as the reincarnation cycle, and Resentful Aura to complete the structure, Wang Lin established his unique realm. The deeper the level, the stronger the imprisoned souls. The 14th layer contained the soul fragment of the Blood Ancestor, enveloped in blood mist and monstrous resentment. The 13th layer imprisoned more than 100 celestial soul fragments from those Wang Lin had killed in the Immortal Graveyard. It also contained the soul fragments of the Yao family cultivators and every corporeal Yang cultivator or stronger whom Wang Lin had slain. Magic Arsenal forcibly extracted the soul fragments of all those killed by its user from the reincarnation cycle and transformed them into power. Wang Lin stood before the 18 layers of hell, released his origin soul, and expelled essence origin energy. Endless black gas formed from the countless people he had killed, poured into the realm and became sealed within it. Finally, he took out the 1 billion soul flag, shook it open, and released its countless soul fragments into the newly created realm. Wang Lin released all the soul fragments from the 1 billion soul flag into the 18 layers of hell within the Celestial Sealing Stamp. As countless soul fragments entered, the resentment inside the hells increased dramatically, and endless maddening screams echoed throughout them. These screams carried the grievances of the innumerable people Wang Lin had killed. Among the souls were Blood Ancestor, Celestial Cultivators, Yao family members, and many other powerful experts. Although they had become only soul fragments, they still possessed power that ordinary cultivators could not withstand. With the addition of these countless souls, the 18 layers of hell truly lived up to their name. Only the primary souls remained inside the 1 billion soul flag, which Wang Lin stored away. If the flag had not been a gift from Dutian, he would have sealed it inside the Celestial Sealing Stamp as well. Standing before the stamp, Wang Lin coldly declared that this was his 18 layers of hell reincarnation cycle. As his voice echoed, the screams intensified and spread across the entire planet. The fierce beasts were the first to succumb, scattering in terror. Without Wang Lin deliberately controlling the sound, they would have collapsed instantly. The stationed cultivators all turned pale, their minds shaken, and hurriedly fled their residences. The big-headed boy stared in shock at the 18 Hell Celestial Sealing Stamp, immediately realizing that it was an extraordinary treasure. Even Lei Ji felt fear deep within his heart when facing the 18 layers of hell. Wang Lin then took out 2 origin souls. One belonged to the Vice Hall Master of the Corpse Sect's Resentment Hall, while the other had been given by the Vice Hall Master in exchange for his life. After some consideration, Wang Lin chose not to place them into the 18 layers of hell. Since both were early-stage Nirvana Scryer origin souls, they would be invaluable for restoring cultivation in the future, so he kept them inside his storage bag. He then formed a seal, causing the celestial sealing stamp to shrink before swallowing it into his body. After calmly saying, "Let's go," Wang Lin left the planet with Lei Ji and the others following behind him. By this time, the All-Heaven cultivators had completely occupied the western region of the Alliance star system. Large numbers of cultivators continuously emerged from the tunnel connecting the two star systems and captured cultivation planets one after another, treating the western region as their own territory. However, despite their complete occupation, no rank 7 cultivation planets could be found there. Only rank 6 planets, creating lingering suspicion among the All-Heaven experts. After waiting a long time without anything unusual happening, the Thunder Celestial Temple ordered a second offensive. This time, their target was the northern region. Massive groups of cultivators flew on rays of sword energy, their combined sword intent shaking space itself and making it seem capable of splitting the heavens as they advanced with overwhelming killing intent. Master Flamespark led the army while standing atop a flame. His expression was gloomy because he had sensed a great crisis ever since invading the Alliance star system. Every attempt to divine the future revealed only endless blood-colored light, preventing him from seeing the truth. Although he suspected the Alliance had prepared a scheme, his army had already remained in the western region for too long and could not retreat without continuing the offensive. Confident in the countermeasures he had prepared for various Alliance plots, he resolved to continue advancing toward the northern region. As the All-Heaven forces poured into the northern region, an ancient aura suddenly erupted from one of the occupied cultivation planets in the western region. Hundreds of cultivators living there fled in panic. But what they witnessed became the final sight of their lives. The entire cultivation planet violently trembled as if its lifespan had instantly ended. It rapidly shrank to only 1/10 of its original size before collapsing completely. The resulting destructive shockwave instantly annihilated the bodies and origin souls of every cultivator on the planet. The collapse filled the stars with blood and death, creating countless spatial rifts that quickly connected together. All-Heaven cultivators within tens of thousands of kilometers were instantly destroyed by the expanding shockwave. The destruction was not limited to a single planet. Every cultivation planet throughout the western region simultaneously collapsed, producing an enormous chain reaction that engulfed the entire region. This ruthless plan, devised by the Cultivation Alliance without regard for the countless lives inhabiting the western region, aimed to slaughter the invading All-Heaven cultivators. The collapsing planets generated an immense storm filled with destructive spatial cracks that merged into an enormous vortex. The vortex severed the route connecting the All-Heaven forces in the northern region to the tunnel leading back to the All-Heaven star system, trapping them. Countless Alliance cultivators then emerged from transfer arrays throughout the western region, shouting, "Kill!" as they launched a full-scale assault. Master Flamespark's eyes turned blood red. Although he had anticipated many possibilities, he had never expected the Cultivation Alliance to destroy the entire western region to create such devastation. At the same time, Alliance cultivators in the northern region attacked the panicked All-Heaven forces attempting to escape. A ripple appeared within the Alliance army, and a black-robed old man stepped forward while laughing loudly. He revealed himself as Black Fiend Devil Saint and greeted Master Flamespark, asking whether he still remembered him. Master Flamespark calmly acknowledged the Alliance's plan and responded that he would demonstrate the spells of the All-Heaven cultivators. Raising his hand, he tore open an enormous crack across the sky. A tremendous pressure descended as 18 giant blood spheres, each over 100 feet wide, emerged, declaring that the All-Heaven star system would retaliate for the destruction of the western region. He vowed to kill Alliance cultivators in return for those the Alliance had slaughtered.